All right, right on, right on. Welcome to Taylor Ham Tuesday. And what you saw me making right here, this is a variation on an old family recipe. Now this comes from my grandmother, who we called Nanny, and this is a variation on an Irish meat pasty. Now traditionally, she would make this with diced potato, onion, and usually whatever was the cheapest steak you could get at the market at the store. And right, it's always cool what you can do with potatoes. It's a traditional food that you can really stretch and make it go a long ways. And I just love all the different potato creations there are out there in the world from different cultures. And so this is my variation right here, making a little Taylor ham breakfast pasty here, right? I got some potatoes, some egg, cheese, Taylor ham in there, and this just looks amazing there. And right, the pasties that my grandmother would make, oh my God, what great comfort food there. That would be coming out of the oven. You open up the top there, take a slice out, and put some butter under there, and what a fabulous thing to eat. Some nice comfort food there. So anyway, we got a lot to cover here in the shop today, and I'm gonna continue on with the bell that I'm making. So if you guys watched last week, I took a helium tank and I took the nozzle off, cut it in half, put it up on the lathe there, and I turned down the sides to get the sides nice and smooth, and I started polishing that out. And so we're gonna pick up right there where I left off. I'm gonna polish the rest of it, and then I'm gonna make a hook for the top so we can hang this, and then I'm gonna see about tuning this bell. We'll see what happens there. I'll put a tuner on it and see what kind of note we get out of this. So that should be interesting there. And then later in this episode, you know, I'm chasing down all these giant trees here in the Pacific Northwest. And so this weekend I went out to QUINAULT, and I went there to chase down some big trees. And one of them that I saw there was the largest spruce tree in the world. So I'm gonna show you that after we finish up the bell there. So, all right, well, we got a lot to do, so let's get busy. All right, and just a note here before I take a bite of this awesome looking Taylor ham breakfast pasty here is please send in your pictures of your Taylor ham sandwiches and creations, and I'll post them here each week here on Taylor Ham Tuesday. And here's a few pictures here for you to look at now. All right, this first picture here is sent in by Susan, and this looks like an amazing Taylor ham egg and cheese sandwich there on a biscuit, and that biscuit just looks amazing there. Thanks so much, Susan. And next up here, this is a pic from our friend Phil, who watches the show here, and he's working on a pork roll truck. Now, this is Johnny's pork roll truck that's down at the Jersey Shore there in Red Bank, New Jersey. And here's Johnny's truck here, and Phil was doing some work on the truck, fixing it up, getting it all tip-top shape there. And I'm sure he was enjoying some great Taylor ham egg and cheese sandwiches here from Johnny. And Johnny just looks like a great guy. I've never had one of these sandwiches from him, but if I'm back at the Jersey Shore, I'm sure going to stop in at the truck here. And here is his classic Taylor ham egg and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, and that sandwich just looks dynamite. I'd be all over that in a heartbeat. All right, awesome. And also, if you're really liking my channel here, please like and subscribe, and please help me spread the word here about my channel. Maybe send it over to some of your buddies here, and help me grow this channel here. So I'd really appreciate that. All right, right on. Let's see how this tastes right here. Wow, that is really good. All right. I'm trying to get this show on the road, but I tell you, that breakfast Taylor ham pasty there is one of the best things that I've made in a long time. And I tell you, that just tastes awesome there. It's hard to get to work. All right, I want to show you a couple things that came in the mail here, and what a nice gift here sent in by Randy Richards. And I'm sure you guys are already watching Randy Richards in the shop. And what a great guy. Right now he's working on his shop, and what a deluxe shop that is. Really nice. He's over there in California, and he's been working hard on that project. And Randy does all kinds of machining projects, welding, working on the shop, just all kinds of stuff, and just an all-around great guy. So he sent me out this pin here, and he sent me out a couple really nice gifts here. Now, check this out right here. It says RR in the shop, Randy Richards in the shop here. He's got my logo or my name here right on with John Crane engraved in the side. And what this is a nice little scribe tool, a pick, right? Made out of brass, nicely machined. And I think this is just amazing, right? He sent out two of them. Here's one that's round and one that's hex, right? And same thing, he's got engraved in here, right? Let's see. Randy Richards in the shop there, USA. Right on with John Crane. And this one's in the hex shape here, and same thing, right? Take this out. And what a cool thing. This is definitely going to live in my pocket here. What a useful tool to have here. I like the hex one too, that, right, it doesn't roll off the table, that type of thing. And this brass, I could just see this working into a really nice patina in the pocket, and then the hands there. And I just want to say thanks so much there to Randy Richards. What a nice gift there. He also sent out a couple of these little like keychain type things, right, that say Randy Richards in the shop. And so just awesome. Thanks so much. All right, now another item that I just got in the mail here, right? You gotta love these little Starrett boxes, and this isn't some heavy-duty expensive Starrett item here, but this is just a Starrett edge finder here, right? And I had a Mitutoyo one there, and it was acting up a little bit, and I took it apart, and I couldn't get it back together. And you can see how this is made here, right? This has a screw at the top here and a spring, and this goes down through here and screws into this edge finder, right? And right, you bring this up to your piece on the middle there, and you can find the edge. This is a 200 thousandths here, and then you split the difference, right? And so I ordered up a Starrett one, so I'm going to check that out. And maybe if you guys want to leave in the comments there what edge finder you guys use, and what's your best method there. I do like this type of edge finder there, and I'm going to try out this Starrett and see how well this works. I'm sure it works just great there. And here are some chips here that came off the helium tank when I was turning it on the lathe, and I just gotta say, I just love the colors of these chips. You know, I'm like a kid in the candy store there checking out those chips, and boy, the colors, the iridescent colors are just amazing looking. All right, and here I'm back at it again here, polishing up the curve on the top of this tank here, and I'm just coming in with some 180. I came in with some 220, and then I came in with some 500 here, and just cleaning up the top here where I didn't want to go in with some lathe tooling, and that came out really nice. And then right here, I just wanted to clean up the top of the tank right here. The top of that tank was really rusty there, so this was nice just to run a cutting tool right over the surface of the top here and just clean that all up. All right, this is looking pretty sweet right here. And while I got this up on the lathe here, I'm gonna take a little acetone here and a rag and just get all this oil off of this. And then I think I'm just gonna give this a nice coat of wax while it's on the lathe here. All right, that's looking pretty nice to me. Sweet. All right, this is looking pretty sweet here. So to hang this bell, right, I took off this valve right here, and this is a 3/4 inch pipe thread here, threading in here. So what I did is I bought an adapter here. So this is 3/4 pipe thread there. That will screw into this. But what I want to do is drill this out and tap it for a 5/8 thread here. And then I'll thread this rod, and then I'll bend this and make a hook that will screw into the top here. So I'm going to go over to the lathe now, and I'm going to drill this out and tap it. All right, I just put this buck 3-jawed chuck back on here, and this is a pretty cool chuck because it has a almost like a 4-jaw chuck. It has a centering system where it's got 4 screws around this. So when you put the chuck on and off, or occasionally, you can center this chuck up, and that's a really nice feature of this. All right, so I'm going to come in here with a 37/64. This is to tap for a 5/8 18 thread here. Right, I was doing a little bit of a wobbly dance there. I didn't care for that. All right, for this setup, I'm gonna come in with my Right On with John Crane tap follower there from Gray Ledge CNC. Chuck this up, and I got this big Jacobs chuck in here. I would put my smaller one in there, but I took my drill chuck key to a friend's shop where I have a couple of my other drill presses, and I couldn't put the smaller one on because I don't have the key there. So I got the big chuck on right here, and we'll move this in, right, and we'll set this guy up right here. I would power tap it, but boy, that was going around a little bit wobbly there, and I didn't care for that. All right, a couple shots of rapid tap here. And let's start working this in. I do have the machine, the power cut off to the machine here. All right, now I'll thread this right into the top here. sure I can get that to go down and a little further. I just need to grip up here on the sides. All right, I'm out here at the old stump here with the vise, and I got this bending jig here, and I'm gonna make this hook here for the top of the tank. And so what this is a couple pieces of angle. This has a 1.5 inch round stock on it there. This has a 3.5 inch ring there. And these are great. You can slide these back and forth, right? And increase or decrease the distance between these. So this here, I got some 5/8 rod, right? And I'm gonna put this right in between here, and then I'm gonna bend this around and make a nice hook out of this 5/8 rod. And then I'll end up threading this portion here and then screwing that into the top of the tank. So right now, I'm just gonna heat this section up. I measured around here, and we got about 13 inches. We gotta give a good heating here. So I'm just gonna come in with the torch here and give that a good heat. All right, I got a good glow cooking on that, and let's see if we can get this to work right around this. Very nice. Right, and I'm liking that. And now I'm just gonna put a little heat right at that point. All right, now I like how that's looking right there. All right, looking pretty good. I think right about there is good before it gets into funky land there. All right, let's see how this fits here. And very nice, right? Ah, excellent, excellent. That is so cool. All right, now I gotta hang this up in the shop, hit this with a mallet, and see how this sounds. Got the chain hoist set up here. Should be able to just clip this in. Nice. All right, the time has come here, and let's see what we got. I got a nice gong mallet here. If you guys know me, I got all kinds of gongs and instruments and all kinds of wild things. So This is a nice mallet here to use to give this the test here. All right, let's check it out. Got a little bit of the wah-wahs going on there, some overtones. All right, I got the tuner here, and let's give it a try here and see where we register. Right, so it looks like we're coming in D sharp there. Very sharp. There, I could probably shave some off of the bottom here and bring this down to a D, and I'll probably do that. And that's probably going to be my project for this week here, is to trim this down and see if I can fool around with the tuning on this. I think this is just awesome. All right, now let's take a little drive out to the Washington coast here. And for me, it's about a 4-hour drive to get out to QUINAULT there, which is where I'm heading to check out these big trees. Here I'm just crossing over the Hood Canal Bridge. And then instantly, the logging trucks start coming down the roads. And here I'm coming into Port Angeles, which is a great little town there. Mostly a logging town up in this area. And here is Swain's. Now, I always stop at Swain's every time I pass through Port Angeles. It's just a great general purpose store, and that's always just great, just stopping in there. They have so much cool stuff in there. And I ended up picking up a few stickers. I got a sticker here for the truck, and I got another Swain's sticker here to put in the shop, and I picked up a Swain's coffee mug there, and back on the road there, heading out towards Forks, and right, you can see the logging truck start up again, and here we are, Lake Crescent. Now, some of the drive here goes along Lake Crescent, and I stopped here just to get a little footage. And what a beautiful, beautiful lake. Now, there's a lodge there on Lake Crescent that you can stay at, too. And that is just an awesome lodge to stay at. Right back on the road here, cruising along Lake Crescent here. And, right, beautiful, beautiful drive here. If you ever got the opportunity to come out to Washington, this is a great little spot to head out to, is the Olympic Peninsula, Hoh Rainforest, Olympic National Park, and right, it's a good mix there of logging and recreation. And logging is a way of life for sure out in this area. And no kidding that there's just logging trucks coming by you all day long. These guys are just hauling out these trees day in and day out. And I was going to stop here at the Forks Timber Museum, but they were closed there. So maybe next time I'm out there, they'll be open and I could tour through that. And here I did stop at a logging yard here. And this is actually where they have a huge wood mill here. And there are logs here for as far as the eye can see. Acres and acres and acres and acres of logs. And not too big though, you know. These are some small poles here, but this is what they're logging today. and right down the coast here. And finally I arrive here at Lake QUINAULT, which is my destination for part of this trip here. And what a beautiful spot this is. Look at this lake here. And there's a Lake QUINAULT Lodge. I hung out there a little bit. And in my next video, I'll go into more detail about the lodge. But here, I'm just heading over now to the world record Sitka Spruce, right? And so here's a little trail and a lot of stumps here with trees growing out of them. And right, this isn't far off the road. It's a short hike off of the road. And here you can see in the distance there is that Sitka spruce there. It looks small there, but you know, you wait till you get up to it. And this is a nice little bridge here. I'm doing the Jeremiah Johnson wave there in the shadow. And then coming off this bridge, holy cow, you see this massive tree here. And it is just gigantic. All right, here I am at the world's largest spruce tree here. And again, it's hard to put these trees into perspective until I walk in front of it. And check this out. Right? Look at the size of this tree. This thing is ginormous, gigantic. This is the world's largest spruce tree. Look at this thing, massive. All right, now this tree I don't have to put a tape measure around. We can see this has been measured many times, and this is coming in at 58 feet, 11 inches in circumference. Right, I'll say that again there. 58 feet, 11 inches, 191 feet tall. And in the point system there, the American Forest Association, it's 922 points, 1,000 years old. This tree is just gigantic. It is one of the champions. It is the champion spruce of the world right here. All right, let's take a nice look at this tree here. As we scale up the trunk here and up to that canopy there. Look at the branches up there. Those are huge. Those are like small trees themselves there. They're like big trees themselves. All right, this will take a little walk around the outside of this tree and see the roots coming down here. All right, here's my hand on one of these roots for perspective. All right, right on. That wraps it up here for another edition here of Taylor Ham Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm having a blast. This was really fun making this bell. I'm going to keep working on it, tuning it, you know, doing what I can here. And don't forget to send in your pictures of your Taylor ham, egg and cheese sandwiches, or any kind of Taylor ham creation there, or pork roll, egg and cheese sandwiches, whatever you guys want to call it. Whatever it is great, and I love it. And hey, I also have a Patreon set up, so if you do want to donate to the channel or you want to help support what I'm doing here, that's greatly appreciated. You can check it out at my website there at rightonwithjohncrane.com. And I also have a list there of all the tools in my tool bag, so don't forget to check that out. That's also some Amazon affiliate links. So if you buy any tools on my website there, I get a few cents from each purchase, and it helps support the channel here. So right on. All right, hope you guys are great, and I'll see you all soon. All right, right on. Hey, and don't forget to check out Randy Richards in the shop there. I'm sure you're already subscribed to his channel there. And thanks again, Randy, for sending out these brass scribes here. One of these is going to live in my pocket full time. So, all right, right on.